Get ready to see the world in a different way. Did you know that the first roller coaster was created to transport coal? Or that dolphins have their own names? What if I told you that a cat can be allergic to humans? Well, reality is full of surprises. We spend the day without noticing incredible details around us. But those who are curious always see beyond and discover facts that change the way they think. And today, you will learn some of these curiosities that will make you question everything you thought you knew. Let's go! The world's first roller coaster wasn't designed to make you scream with adrenaline, but to transport coal. In 18th century Russia, huge wooden tracks were built so that wagons full of or could roll down icy mountains more efficiently. But here's the twist. Some curious person, there's always one, decided to go on a ride for fun. The wind in your face, the sensation of speed, and voila! The seed was planted for what would become one of the most iconic amusement park attractions. Who would have thought that modern entertainment began with a simple freight wagon? Things evolved quickly. In 19th century France, the first roller coaster designed exclusively for fun appeared, with cars attached to the tracks, because nobody wanted to get thrown in the middle of the track, right? The idea spread, and the United States took this curiosity and transformed it into a true empire of adrenaline. In 1884, the first American roller coaster opened in Coney Island, New York. People paid 5 cents to try out the new ride, which, at the time, was already enchanting crowds. And since then, the search for more speed, height, and excitement has never stopped. Today, roller coasters are built with cutting-edge engineering, using simulation technology to calculate curves, accelerations, and even the intensity of screams. There are options for all tastes, from the classic wooden ones, which shake the soul, to the modern ones, with insane loops and speeds that defy gravity. Interestingly, some experts say that riding a roller coaster can even help expel kidney stones. So, the next time someone invites you to go on an extreme ride, in addition to having fun, you may even come out healthier. Now, speaking of everyday surprises, have you ever wondered where the term spam for those annoying emails came from? If you've ever wondered why we call those annoying emails spam, the answer comes from an unlikely place: British humor. The term originated in a sketch by the Monty Python group, famous for their absurd humor. In the sketch, a restaurant serves dishes that almost all contain spam, a canned meat that was very popular at the time, and the customers can't escape. The waiter repeats spam, spam, spam over and over, making everything seem over the top and suffocating. Now think about junk emails. They arrive in droves, are repetitive and insistent, just like the joke. That's where the name comes from. The concept of spam, however, didn't start with email. In fact, the first junk messages were sent in the 19th century via promotional telegrams. But it was in the internet age that spam became a real nuisance. The first recorded case of electronic spam occurred in 1978, when a salesperson for Digital Equipment Corporation sent a promotional email to 393 people without their permission. The effect was immediate: widespread anger and harsh criticism. Today, billions of spam messages circulate on the web every day, filling inboxes and defying security filters. Interestingly, despite being hated by many, spam remains a profitable method for some, since even a minimal response rate can generate millions in sales. But the good news is that there are ways to protect yourself. Smart filters, reporting suspicious senders, and avoiding opening suspicious emails are some of the best practices. Now, since we're talking about unexpected calories in canned meats and annoying messages, let's move on to another kind of heat. The kind that makes a region practically uninhabitable. If you think you've had enough of summer heat, wait until you visit Dalal, Ethiopia. This place has a curiosity that defies any thermometer. It is the hottest habitable region on the planet, with an average annual temperature of 34 degrees Celsius. That means there is no respite, day or night. To compare, imagine a scorching summer, the kind where even the shade is hot, and multiply that feeling by the entire year. Now, add to that a volcanic environment, acidic lakes, and bubbling hot springs. Welcome to Dalal, a true hell on Earth. The most impressive thing is that, despite these absurd conditions, the region was once inhabited by humans. Nomadic herders and salt miners braved the extreme heat to exploit the area's natural resources. But living there, virtually impossible. Infrastructure is minimal, and the scarcity of drinking water makes survival a constant challenge. It's one of those places that makes us appreciate air conditioning and the ease of turning on a tap and having fresh water even more. Even scientists who visit the region to study its geology can't stay outdoors for long. Dalal is also a fascinating field of study for astrobiologists, as its extreme conditions are reminiscent of extraterrestrial environments, such as Mars. If we ever find life beyond Earth, it could survive in similar conditions. So the next time you find yourself complaining about the heat, remember Dalal and be thankful for the fan by your side. Now, while we're on the subject of curious natural phenomena, did you know that even animal yawns can reveal secrets about intelligence? Have you ever noticed that when someone yawns, someone else soon does the same? But here's an intriguing fact. In the animal kingdom, the length of a yawn is linked to the size of the brain. In other words, the bigger the brain, the longer the yawn. This is because the act of yawning helps regulate brain temperature and keep the mind sharp. In humans, an average yawn lasts about 6 seconds, while in rats it lasts just over a second. Elephants, with their giant brains, can yawn for up to 10 seconds. In addition, yawning is not just a matter of sleep or boredom. In some species, yawning is a signal of communication. In lions, for example, it is common to see a group leader yawning before a hunting moment, as if getting the attention of others. In chimpanzees and wolves, yawning can demonstrate social connection and even empathy. In humans, this yawning contamination is also associated with the ability to sense what others are feeling. Interestingly, young children and people who have difficulty recognizing emotions tend to yawn less when they see someone else yawning. Now, if you yawned while reading this, congratulations! Your brain is responding well. But the next time you see an animal yawning, you can bet that it is regulating its own system. And while we are on the subject of fascinating natural phenomena, how about looking up at the sky and discovering the secrets of the northern and southern lights? If there's one natural spectacle that seems magical, it's the aurora. These dancing lights in the sky happen when solar particles collide with the Earth's atmosphere, creating vibrant colors that illuminate the night. In the northern hemisphere, this phenomenon is called the aurora borealis, while in the southern hemisphere, it's called the aurora australis. The difference? Only the location, because the enchantment is the same. Those who have been lucky enough to witness one up close describe the experience as something almost mesmerizing, with hues of green, purple, and red floating across the sky like brushstrokes of light. But to see this phenomenon in person, you have to be in the right place at the right time. In the southern hemisphere, the aurora australis can be seen in regions such as Antarctica, Tasmania, and parts of New Zealand. The best time? Winter, when the nights are longer and the sky is dark enough to highlight the natural light show. In the northern hemisphere, countries such as Norway, Canada, and Iceland are famous for offering privileged views of the aurora borealis. And believe it or not, some people travel the world just to experience this unforgettable moment. The science behind this phenomenon is fascinating, but nothing beats the thrill of seeing an aurora in person. It's as if the universe wants to remind us that there's beauty in unexpected places. And speaking of intelligence and sophisticated communication, did you know that dolphins have something very similar to proper names? Dolphins are masters of communication, and here's a surprising fact. Each one has a unique whistle that works like a name. From the time they are young, they learn to identify each other through this characteristic sound, which is like a calling card in the ocean. When a dolphin wants to call another, it imitates its friend's specific whistle, as if it were saying its name. This discovery was made by scientists who study marine communication, and it shows that dolphins have one of the most sophisticated languages in the animal kingdom. But these animals' intelligence goes beyond names. Studies show that dolphins are capable of forming alliances, working as a team, and even showing empathy. If a dolphin gets hurt, others in the group surround it to protect it. In addition, their learning capacity is so high that they can understand human commands, respond to gestures, and even solve complex problems. That's why, in some maritime rescue operations, the Navy of certain countries has trained dolphins to identify objects on the ocean floor. If dolphins could speak our language, they would certainly have incredible stories to tell. Interestingly, although they are extremely social, there is another animal that is much more independent and can have an unexpected reaction to human contact: cats. Did you know that some felines can be allergic to us? Yes, it may sound strange, but some cats can develop allergies to humans. Before you get offended, calm down. The problem isn't exactly our presence, but rather the products we use on a daily basis. Perfumes, soaps, deodorants, and even cleaning products can contain substances that irritate felines' sensitive skin. If a cat starts sneezing, scratching excessively, or has breathing problems, it could be a sign that they're reacting to something their owner uses. Interestingly, this allergy is much less common than the opposite reaction, that is, humans being allergic to cats. But when it does happen, the signs are usually subtle and easy to miss. A cat that avoids physical contact, licks certain parts of its body excessively, or has skin inflammation may be dealing with irritation caused by chemicals in the environment. The good news: this problem can be minimized by switching from harsh products to hypoallergenic versions and noticing which items trigger the reaction. If you have a cat and have noticed changes in its behavior, it's worth testing out these adaptations. After all, no one wants to be the cause of their cat's allergies. Interestingly, this connection between humans and animals, whether through allergies or intelligence, only reinforces how much there is still to discover about the world around us. And speaking of fascinating discoveries, how about we delve into some curiosities that will change your view of everyday life? The world is full of amazing facts, and now you know some that few people know about. But the question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Are you just going to keep it as interesting information, or are you going to let your curiosity take you even further? Those who are thirsty for learning never see the world the same way, and this is the key to seeing opportunities where no one else does. So tell me, which of these facts surprised you the most? Have you heard of any of them before? And if you could choose one topic to discover more amazing facts, what would it be? I want to hear your opinion in the comments. And if you like to learn new things all the time, you already know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and keep exploring the curiosities that make our world an even more fascinating place. See you in the next video.